Hi, I wanted to go over making some really cool looking female characters in Final Fantasy XIV, and I have spent a lot of time trying to make that perfect character that's just beautiful and elegant and all of that. So I have some of my data saves here that I'm going to go over, and I can also put those up for download as well. Okay, so the first one I'm going to do is Rain. I hope I'm saying that right. I actually tried to look up how to pronounce it, but all I could find was that what I thought was aura, I guess is aura, but nothing on how to pronounce the sub races. So here is my Rain. Hopefully I'm saying that right, or close. And I really like how she looks. I spent a lot of time. I actually would just look around on the web and just try and find, what I thought looked really good facially. And, then I would kind of customize it to my likes. I really liked this hairstyle, but it works with pretty much any hairstyle. I just thought it looked especially good with that one. And she's got, this. I always like using highlights. I think I use them pretty much everywhere. And I almost always use either blue or green eyes. I personally have green eyes, so I guess I'm biased. I don't really like brown as much. But yeah. Skin was really light. I think the hardest thing when you're making these is finding the right face and then realizing that there's a bunch of different eyes and everything for each face. I mean, because there's 4 faces here, and of course there's different horns you get, but there's also different jaws and different eye shapes, and some of them are pretty substantial. And there's also mouths. Where the heck are the mouths? There. And so, you can get such a huge variety with that alone. And there's also, do you want it to be dark, light, none at all? There's a lot you can do. I really love, how in depth it is. Okay, so that's that. And I'm going to load up one of my others. Whenever you want to load character data, obviously, you just click a new character, you click this little box, and then you hit OK. As you can see, I have a lot. So here is one I just recently made that I'm just in love with. She is gorgeous. I love the eyes. I love, the huge eyelashes and the kitty eyes. And with the hair, the gold hair and everything, it just looks so nice. And that was this face. The other ones are nice. Like, I think I actually used this face on my first ever character. But I like this one. I like the lips on this one. The nose is really nice. There's a lot nice about this one. I'm pretty sure like almost every single lip set looks pretty good. Like that one looks good too. This one's just a little nicer in my opinion. Jaw, eye shape. And I also had a Midlander I just made recently. And I really like her too. Once again with the blue eyes. I don't do it all the time, I promise. I had another version of the same one. I think this is the one I just changed her into, and she was slightly different before. I wonder if I could find that, but she's like, a little 3/4 height. Very light, once again. I tend to do that. So you can see the different ones they have. I mean, and it's funny because the changes are sometimes so subtle. I actually like that a little bit more. It's hard to say. Is it too much? I think it is. And, sometimes even just the iris size will make a huge difference. In this case, I think it looks better large, but it could work either way. Also, this face has a really good mouth. I love that look. But I think the other hairstyle I had was, which one was it? Was it this one? No, it wasn't that one. This is the one I use on my main. I love that haircut. I just redid my main too because she was a kitty for a long time, and I switched her to a Highlander, and the first iteration was really butch. Really butch. I think this is her. Yeah, this is her. And I just couldn't get over it. She was really tall too. Like, so I came in and I redid it. I made her super short. Because I mean, she felt like she was as big as a frickin' Roegadyn. I don't know. The big guys and ladies. And I just didn't want to be that large. I was going into parties and I was just frickin' huge. But yeah, I made this one and I really, really like her. She looks great. She looks almost like Swedish, If you have... I had her, I think, originally with blonde hair. And then I went to this kind of pale blue. And this was like a lot of tweaking. You have to, find just the right one. And it sucks that this was the face I originally had, and it just didn't come out right, whereas this one, I think on the initial screen, it doesn't look that good. And then once you change everything else, as you can see, I picked like the last jaw, and where was the mouth? The last mouth. And there's, that's the other thing, is there's all the noses too, which I didn't even touch on. But, so there's that. What was the other one I had? I think this was my previous Midlander, the one I was talking. Yeah, there we go. That's her. So as you can see, it was like such a slight difference. Yeah, actually, now that I'm looking at it, I think this one looks a tiny bit better. But the nice thing is that you can just go in and change the hair, with the aesthetician. What the heck? However the hell you say that? Aesthetician? But yeah, oh, and I have my little in. Where is she? Is this her? Lalafell cutie. I think that's her. See, I made this one, and she's just adorable. She's got her little poofy hair and her little chibi marks. And she just runs around and being adorable. She's a ninja. Mine, at least. There are so many options you could go through here, though. I'll go through a more in-depth one later. I mostly just wanted this to just show you, some of the really cool characters that you can make. And I even have my Wildwood, which I first thought that Elezen were just not salvageable, like that they just looked too weird, And then I found a picture of one that was really gorgeous, and I kind of mimicked it, and I tweaked it to my liking too. And this is what I came up with, and she's just awesome, I mean, she doesn't really look very strange in game. She looks nice. She's tall, but whatever. And what was the other one I had? Oh, if you want to see my Roegadyn. There she is. I love that they make it so you can have the two different colored eyes too. I used to have a St. Bernard that had two different color eyes, and she was so pretty. But anyway, you can see she's pretty awesome looking. And I might have one more that's really good, that's worth showing, at least in my opinion. I think this was my old Highlander. I'm curious, so I can show you the difference. No, that's the new one. I must have overwritten it. Is this my old kitty? Yep, that's her. That's my old kitty. And I liked her. I played her for 50 levels or so, but I was originally going to go into Pugilist with her, and I got sick of it, and I didn't like it, so I switched to Lancer. And then I thought I would min-max and go Highlander. It just felt like, I don't know, I just wanted to try something different. Anyway, I will get the data files for all of these available and put, some time points down in the info so that you can, find which one you like and work from there. All right. Now, I hope you enjoyed it, and, subscribe. I know this is actually the first vocal video I've posted in a long time, but, I plan to, make a bunch more, and mostly focusing on, Final Fantasy and ESO, and I might even make some on PSO too. I have been playing WoW, but I recently had such an upset with the game that I'm probably not going to be playing for a while longer. So it's going to be at least a few months before I go back. Even with Tomb of Sardris coming out, I just don't want to be bothered with that bullshit. But anyways, so enjoy, and see you later.